UFC Vegas Fight Night, whatever it is, Apex. First event for 2023 for the UFC. Barring all the controversy, what a lackluster and strange way to start off the new year. But I guess maybe it's to kind of like, I don't know. It wasn't the best. Um, let's go through some of the some of the more standouts, which there wasn't much on this card. It was it baffles me. Why do it in the Apex? Why didn't we have a live crowd? Anyway, main event: Sean Strickland defeated Nassourdine Imavov. It's unanimous decision. 49-46, 49-46, 48-47. Hmm? What do we think of that as a main card? I know it was short notice, and apparently the UFC paid Sean Strickland loads of money to whatever. £10 weight discrepancy as well. Imavov even came in at like 195 or something like that. Strickland came in at 205. Shorter time to prepare, obviously. Camp-wise, he didn't actually have a camp, so they're saying 4 days or something. He obviously got the victory, but what a boring. I, I I don't know. He's talented at what he does because he makes people fight his fights, which is more in essence a boxing fight with maybe one or two kicks. I'm sorry to be so critical, but I found that very, very boring. Um, yeah, it wasn't the best. But congratulations. Co-main event then 50K Ige did the Thizzle wiggle. Bullied down Damon Jackson, hit him with some nice punches. There was a bit of a multiple uppercut and then like a glancing like blow, which caught his eye, which was a bit of a mad one, and he was obviously pampered after that attack. But he does it. Second round, 4 minutes and 13 seconds in, KO. And what a combination. Good to see him back doing his thing in the win column. Standout for me. Well, there was three standouts because I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm not. It was a terrible card, in my opinion. Roman Kopylov defeated a very tough Hawaiian, Soriano, if that's the right pronunciation. They've both got hammers. They're big strikers. Roman is a lot more technical, a lot more well-rounded, and that was a perfect little combination TKO to strikes. But it just shows how tough my youth is staying in there with some of the shots he was taking. It was crazy. Raquel Pennington defeated Ketlen Vieira, split decision. Could have went either way. Very, very low volume. She's on a five-fight winning streak. But that don't matter. That doesn't mean nothing. But it does. It does. She's obviously winning. She's getting a show and win money, but she needs to pick up at the volume. She needs to try and finish people. She has the capability. She's got all the skills. It's strange. It's strange. This clinch heavy, not really doing nothing, knees and all that kind of stuff. Allow it. Umar Nurmagomedov. First round, 4 minutes and 40 seconds in. And how about this for a knee into a kick? I don't know if it actually landed, but then he hit him with a cross, and as he was going down, he followed it up with another punch. And as he was laying down, he went with a hammer strike. And at that point, he knew that Mayu Rani, his dance was done. And he then started to cradle his head to omit the impact. I've never seen a fighter do that before. So hats off, much respect to Umar, still undefeated in this year, doing the thing on a striking basis. Most people hear the name, and because of his blood ties to Khabib, most people think it's a very Dagestani kind wrestling Greco-Roman style, but he's got some moves, man. Preliminaries. Abdul Razak. Yeah. Second round. KO dance done. Bit clinchy, both pretty big guys, but Abdul did the thing. And then went on to his fight, well, not a post fight, something. It was the press conference, and he was using all types of expletives reference to Joaquin Buckley, saying he wants to show him the African way because he's got no damn respect. Apparently there was some kind of conversation prior to their fight about, look, we're just going to strike, man. Forget all the mixed martial arts elements of it. We're just striking, no takedowns, nothing like that. And what we got was a very grapple heavy, takedown heavy performance, and he's looking for his rematch. I want to see that. He's a lot more patience. He spoke a lot about his patience. I've always been, quite high of sorts on the potential of Abdul Razak. So let's see, man. Dana, Maynard, whoever's looking after that division, match them back up again. Let him get that win back, and let's see what it do. Let's see what it do. But overall, I'm gonna give that card a 4.5. It yeah, wasn't the best way to start off the UFC for 2023. Now, let's move on to some good news, some surprising news. I think some tomfoolery was done in this respect, but we have officially announced for 286 in London, England, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3. There's been rumors of it. We did see Kamaru walking around with supports on his hand and stuff, and he has been talking about, his hand and all kind of stuff, but it's apparent it's done. It is done. It's in the books. The trilogy is going down at welterweights. The champion, Brumtown, Leon Rocky Edwards, he's going to put his belt on the line for a rematch for the former champ who was most definitely dominant. He's going to be taking place the 18th at the O2 Arena. Still contemplating whether I'm going to go down. I don't know. But indeed, the trilogy is going down. Many people are thinking that based upon Leon's last performance, outside him getting the KO and stuff, they seem to think that Usman's going to do pretty much the same thing. Unless Leon's having a very off night, I highly doubt this. I highly doubt this. This is going to be a lot more competitive back and forth. We'll have to see on the day. We can make a more closer examination of what's going on. But I see Rocky, taking him out, man, taking him out, potentially even submitting him later on in the rounds, third or fourth rounds. We ain't going to round 5. We ain't going to round 5. But great to see. It would have been kind of nice. It would have been kind of nice for the running man, for Rocky to get the running man and get a nice little payday, boss him up, get some revenge, for the assault that he hasn't paid for yet. But that can come. That can come. Trustfully, after this, let's lay the roadmap. Leon defeats Usman, which is going to be a tough fight for his first title defense. Then the UFC must say to him, "Look, all right, then we'll give you a fight, man. Who you want that money fight, quote unquote, with Masvidal? Okay, we'll give you that." Then he defeats Masvidal, second round, third round, potentially at the latest. Yeah. Then we go Covington, which is going to be a tough. That is going to be a tough fight. That will be. As Usman will be a tough fight. Depending on what Chimaev's doing weight wise, it looks more like he's going to be in the 185 versus welterweights. He's clearly more leans to the middleweight, but that's going to be a tough challenge. Which you don't forget, he's already accepted that I think 3 times during the lockdown and all that there. So good news, good news. and we're looking forward to it. Most definitely looking forward to it. Now, let us switch over to Francis Ngannou, the Predator, Cameroonian brother, former UFC champion because he has been, I guess he's been stripped of the title, is it? I guess, and he's a total free agent. 2 years of negotiations back and forth. He's been on Era Hawani and all kind of different podcasts saying, "Look, I will fight John Jones. Just pay me, pay like you weigh, and give me an opportunity to do some other stuff." Now, the other stuff, I didn't think they'd ever do that. You know, I mean, even though they allowed Conor McGregor to indeed have a boxing fight with Floyd Money Mayweather, formerly known as Pretty Boy Floyd. Yeah, no. I mean, why not? Why not do it? Why not say, okay? I mean, you're a big star. You're the baddest man on the planet and stuff. I don't think you're gonna have, an opportunity to win. You got puncher's chance, quote unquote, but you ain't gonna win. But you're gonna make a lot of money when you put more eyes on the company. But then again, they're thinking, well, they're gonna put more eyes on the company, and you're not winning. And we're supposed to have the baddest man, so I guess I can kind of think of why they wouldn't have allowed it. But he's gone now. What are the options? PFL, $1 million tournament as well. Get paid a lot of money. Go to Bellator. Huh? I'm sure they're on via Viacom. They got money to spend. They got money to spend. Uh, one championship, and I'm sure Chatri has already stated that he wouldn't be interested. I may be wrong, but I'm sure he said he wouldn't be interested in. Or did he say no? I'm sure he said no. I'm sure he said that the one's heavyweights would murk him. Bring him come to one. That would be nice. And he'd also have an opportunity because you obviously, I think that is, I don't know, I'm a little bit more, I guess some people might say I'm more one bias. But in regards to the opportunity for fighters, number one, the pay is more. Number two, you have an opportunity to do mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, kickboxing, grappling now. They've had a full-on boxing fight. Not in a cage, in an actual ring, yeah. Some media folk were saying it was in a cage. It was in a ring. So clearly these people have not watched the content. I say Ngannou signs with one short contracts, maybe 3 fights, and let's see what it do. But there's options. There's multiple options. Clearly there's this boxing thing with him and Tyson Fury. Um, there's just so many avenues, diversions. Does he do like a one fight deal with someone? Like the world is his oyster of sorts. It's a bit bad, and I know he's a promoter. Mr. White saying, yeah, well, he wanted all this money and stuff, and he was going to be the highest paid heavyweight within the UFC, but he only wanted to fight lesser competition. Now that doesn't even make any sense. He fought Stipe Miocic twice, lost first time, and then won and actually got the belt. He then fought his former training partner, with a bad knee. Didn't obviously fight to the best of his capability, but and didn't win in devastating fashion as he normally does. He, utilized a wrestling base to do the thing. So it is a bit disingenuous, but as a promoter, he's got to try and devalue the fighter to say, oh, well, we wanted him here, but he wants to fight bombs in essence, lower tier competitors, and he's got the option to do that now. He can go to all of the lower tier, quote unquote, in Dana's words, organizations and, fight, get that money. Which nicely transitions into T-Mobile prematurely announcing Cyril Gane versus John Jones for the undisputed heavyweight title. It's going down. So indeed, there will be two pay-per-views in the month of March. price increase. I think it's what, $10 increase. It's going to be tough on the old pockets for some of the old MMA fans, but 3rd of March, it's going down. John Jones, who's now 35, hasn't fought in 3 years, is considered the pound for pound great. And we wouldn't be doing justice if we didn't highlight the last few of his fights have been quite lackluster and very safe in regards to him getting the victory, should we say. No dazzling performances, none of those highlight knockouts or anything. And his very last performance, it wasn't his last. Was it his last? Reyes. He actually lost that. If you look at it, watch that. Dominic Reyes actually beat John Jones. And unfortunately, since that judge's mess up, poor Dominic Reyes has just gone downhill. He hasn't won a fight since, I don't think. But anyway, he's done the right thing. He's employed the right people so you can get the weight on the right way. This is going to be a tough fight for Ciryl Gane. I think ring rust is a real thing. It clearly is. Use it or lose it. You can train all you want. You can spar all you want wisely, but simulating a real fight with all of those cheers and the lights and everything else, it's a different thing. I do think John Jones, based upon his skills, should win this, and he should be faster in essence, coming up from light heavyweight, but with not necessarily. With the constant fighting that Ciryl Gane has been doing, with his he's a pretty good mover as well. He's a very fluid mover for a heavyweight. He moves around a lot. He doesn't necessarily. He's not a power puncher. He's clearly got power. But it's volume. He's a volume guy. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm very much looking forward to this. They've taken so long. Apparently, Dana said, "Yeah, John's going to fight anybody." Didn't need to be a title fight. Yeah, whatever. If that was the case, why wasn't he on the December or November card? That's crazy. But yeah, man, we got some fun. We got some fun in the sun. March Madness. It's going down, and I think they've even got Gaethje and Fiziev has been announced as well. Now that's fun. That is going to be a fun fight. Fiziev, very well-rounded. Obviously, Gaethje is well-rounded, but he's mainly a striker. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun as hell. And trustfully, this will mark a trend because we can't just keep on recycling the same people at the top. They've got to fight some other people. We're going to have some movement. So trust me, we're going to see some more of these fighters fighting some of the lower up-and-coming talent to either hold their spot or get moved around. But that's the news, man. Fight news going down, results. It's fun, man. We got a fun year of the growing year 2023. What are your thoughts, man? Who is going to be the next heavyweight champ? Like, comment, subscribe, share. Au revoir.